guys, it's Megan. Welcome back to a very special video because today I'm reading an ARC. So an ARC is an advanced reader copy, and I signed up for NetGalley a long time ago. Didn't think I was ever going to get approved for anything. Got approved for some like random stuff, but this is the first like big book by like a well-known kind of author. I've actually read a book by her before even that I've been approved for. Could not believe I got approved for it. So that means I have to read it and I have to write a review for it, aka in this vlog I will give you a review. So it is An Academy for Liars by Alexis Henderson. And I thought this sounded so good that I really wanted to read it. And I looked and it was available on NetGalley that you could, request it. So I got an ebook copy. I mean, I'm assuming that's why they gave me the ARC, because it's not like I have to get a physical copy. But anyway, I read House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson and enjoyed it. So I don't know anything about this book except it doesn't come out till September 17th. And right now it's July, like 18th, 19th, whatever today is. So let's read the synopsis and then we'll read the book and I'll let you know. So it says a student, so maybe it's dark academia. I don't know, it'll be really good for fall time for sure. A student will find that the hardest lessons sometimes come outside the classroom in the stunning dark academia novel from the acclaimed author of The Year of the Witching, I forgot she also wrote that, and House of Hunger. Lennon Carter's life is falling apart. Then she gets a mysterious phone call inviting her to take the entrance exam for Drayton College, a school of magic hidden in a secret pocket of Savannah. Ooh, I like that setting, Savannah. Lennon has been chosen because, like everyone else at the school, she has the innate gift of persuasion, the ability to wield her like a weapon, using it to control others, and in rare cases, matter itself. Ooh. Okay, there's some magic in there. After passing the test, Lennon begins to learn how to master her devastating and unsettling power. But despite persuasion's heavy toll on her body and mind, she is wholly captivated by her studies, by Drayton's lush, moss-draped campus, and by her brilliant classmates. But even more captivating is her charismatic advisor, Dante, love the name, who both intimidates and enthralls her. So maybe there's a romance in there. Ooh, dark academia romance with fantasy? Interesting. As Lennon continues in her studies, her control grows, and she starts to uncover more about the secret world she has entered into. Including the disquieting history of Drayton College, like secrets of colleges, and the way her mentor's tragic and violent past intertwines with it. Ooh, love stuff about the past. She is increasingly disturbed by what she learns, for it seems that the ultimate test is to embrace absolute power without succumbing to corruption. And it's a test she's terrified she's going to fail. Ooh, with an inner conflict. Oh my goodness. And I see Kayla from Books and Lala added it on Goodreads, and she said, this is going to change my life. That does sound amazing. So I'm really hoping I like it. I think I'm going to go into it with low expectations only because I don't really like dark academia except for The Secret History by Donna Tartt. It's like the only one I've ever enjoyed. I think I gave it 4 stars and nothing else has lived up to it. I do plan on reading If We Were Villains this fall, so maybe I'll enjoy that. But pretty much I don't like any other dark academia, or I DNF it. But I cannot DNF this book because I have to give a review for it, which is why I don't really think ARCs are for me, because I just want to DNF a book if I want to. And I want to wait and see what other people say about reviews before I read a book. But this time I'm the reviewer. So let's get into this book and we'll see if it's any good and I'll let you know. Okay, we're starting the book and look at this. It says, okay, I downloaded it, by the way. It's on like a NetGalley shelf app, which is cool. So I downloaded the book and look what it says. It says uncorrected proof up there at the top. See that? Is that not so cool? And it's like, oh, don't quote anything from this because it's not the real book. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm reading it early. This is so exciting. Hello, just a very quick update, which is one, I have COVID. I had strep when I did the 24-hour readathon, and now I have COVID while I'm reading this ARC. So there we go. Very fun times, which means I have time to read because I'm just going to go sit. I don't know if you can see, but I am 13% of the way through Academy for Liars. It says I have 40 days left to finish it. Like, I didn't know there was a time limit. I guess, you can't keep it forever, so it's going to disappear. I think I can finish it in 40 days, although I've not been reading much lately. But I did want to say I do like the book. Oh, and real quick before I tell you about the book, though, I got approved for another ARC, which is Darkly by Marisha Pessl. So excited because we know how much I love Marissa Pessl. Love Nevermore Awake, favorite young adult book of all time. I also love Night Film. It was really good. I can't wait to read some of her other stuff. And when I applied for Darkly, I was like, I'm not going to get approved for that. I've never written a review on here. And guess what? I got approved. I think I'm more excited about that one than I am about Academy for Liars, just because I love Marisha Pessl so much. But I will say Academy for Liars is better than I expected. One night, I was reading it before bedtime. I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to go to bed because I was so intrigued. I didn't know where it was going. I couldn't really remember the synopsis, so honestly, I didn't remember exactly where it was going. They're at this school that's kind of like Hogwarts, but not. And of course it's for adults, which is the one thing that's kind of weird, is that the main character I think is going to have to live in like a freshman dorm, but she's married and she's older. So it just, I don't know, like it doesn't really go together. It seems kind of bizarre, but so far, I mean, I'm definitely intrigued. It's a school for what they call persuasion, but it's basically kind of magical. I thought so far, like the beginning was kind of dark, but then the part I'm reading right now is not. So I don't know how dark this book's going to be or what, but anyway, I'm sure something will go down at this school. There'll be secrets, whatever. But anyway, I'm intrigued and I'm gonna go read and I will keep you updated. It's been a while since I read, so we're gonna sit down and read how far we can get in just literally like 30 minutes before I have to go pick Ash up from daycare. Also, school is starting, like my first day is next week, so I have to really, you know, hit it and get it with school stuff, with getting the library set up and everything. So I'm not gonna have tons of reading time, but we're gonna get this book done before the book expires. We are on page 87 of 377. So that's where we're at, whatever percentage that is. Also, don't judge it. We put fall stuff up. It's August. So yes, the fall stuff, fall decorations are out. Oh yeah, very exciting. We're still reading, and this time we're eating some Papa John's leftovers. I just want to give you a quick update on the book. I'm actually at lunch during a PDE that I got to come home for, which was exciting. Ooh, our drink is the Raz Cranberry LaCroix, and I can taste it a little bit. My sense of taste is coming back. So it's exciting. Right now, this book is on track to be 3 stars. It could be 3.5. I mean, it would have to be wild to be 4, but I don't know. It's like, it's trying to be an adult Hogwarts, but I just don't feel connected to it. I don't know enough about the school. I don't feel invested in the school itself or the atmosphere. I also don't feel invested in this character at all. I cannot connect with her. I don't feel like there's much character development. Things are just kind of happening. I kind of like the plot. I do like where the plot's going. There were some twists and turns already that I didn't quite expect. There was something that just kind of came out of nowhere. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. And now, of course, the main girl is going to be more special than everybody else. But yeah, I can't really connect to the world that this is set in, the atmosphere, I mean, I get where it's trying to go with the dark academia, but I don't feel it. I don't feel much of anything, honestly, when I'm reading it, except I do like the plot. And I am a plot person. Like, I do like plot. So that's why I'm still intrigued to see where it's going. But I'm just like, okay, I'm reading about these people. Like, it just doesn't feel, I don't know, I'm just not connected to it. And I feel bad because I was hoping my first ever like arc I would be giving, you know, a glowing review. But right now, it's okay. Late night snack on a Friday night, as I am going to attempt to read a little bit more of this. So it's been a long week. It's the first week of school. Like, my hair is dirty. I'm exhausted. It's Friday night. There's nothing like the first week of school tired, even though I'm not even like in the classroom anymore. But I'm on page 200 of 377. So I'm over halfway through this book. And I have such mixed feelings. I don't even know how to update you on this. There are times I'm reading this book that I cannot put it down. I just want to know what's going to happen. I'm so sucked in. I'm like, I don't even want to go to bed. I just want to keep reading. But that's once I get started. There are other times, like right now, where I just don't even want to pick it up. Honestly, if I just put it down right now and didn't continue, I wouldn't be sad about it. I don't have to know what happens. I'm not invested in anything. So I don't know what that means, like, for the rating or how I feel about it. Because like I said, when I do read it, I want to keep going. When I'm not reading it, I don't want to pick it up. I've never quite felt like this about a book ever. This is very unique. I think it's just that it's like trying too hard to be like edgy Harry Potter, you know, where it's like this magic school, obviously, but they don't show any of the specific lessons or classes like they did in Harry Potter. It's just kind of like, oh, she went to classes that week and was really busy, and then, okay, now here's an important scene. And you just don't like care about the actual school setting or anything itself, I guess. And of course it is getting dark now. Like, someone has died, there's been a murder, or well, it might be a suicide, but like everybody thinks it's kind of probably going to be a murder. So they're gonna investigate. I'm just kind of hoping at this point that it turns into a murder mystery because I think that might be more interesting. If so, almost half the book would be that, and the first half is kind of like the build-up. But I don't know, it's weird. Like, the characters, you know, do drugs. Like, they purposefully try to do drugs again to try to recreate what happened the first time they did drugs. Like, it's I don't know, it's very bizarre. But I think I mentioned this in another clip, and it's still part of the problem, is that the characters act like teenagers, but they're supposed to be like 24 years old. Like, the whole thing is weird. Like, if it had just, I know she wanted it to be darker and stuff, so that's why they had to be adults. But what adults go to a school setting and live in a dorm? It just doesn't work. I don't know. It's really, really weird. Anyway, I just had to give you an update because it's been so long since I updated you. But I'm on page 200. When I get to about 2/3 or so of the way through, I will update you again, or 3/4, and then we'll do a final update and see, we'll see if it turns into a murder mystery or where it goes from here. Hello people, it's Friday night of Labor Day weekend, so I'm hoping to have a lot more time to read this weekend. Maybe I'll show you what I'm doing. It's probably not gonna be anything interesting. We're actually getting ready to go to Ashland for the weekend, so we will be playing with the grandparents and, taking Ash, obviously. But I've already run 3.5 miles since I've been home because I'm training for a half marathon. I have played in the splash pad outside because Ash, today's like the last day that it's gonna be like in the 90s, possibly for the rest of the year, rest of the summer. So we played outside in the splash pad. We had pizza for dinner, which was very yummy because we didn't want to cook or anything. And now I'm packing to get ready to go to Ashland. We're trying to get Ash down for bed. I'm gonna take a nice relaxing bath, wash my hair, do all the things, which is gonna take a while. So, and strangely enough, I'm watching the movie The Crow. I don't know, I got in like a, maybe this book put me in like a dark academia sort of mood. I don't know, but I'm watching The Crow. I've never seen The Crow. I mean, the old, like the original Crow. Never seen it before. So I'm gonna watch that. And then we decorated our house for fall. That's exciting, like right here on my dresser. I even have these little things, or my nightstands, I even have these little things. Like, isn't that super cute? My mom made these. We are in the fall vibes mood, which I'm thinking maybe I can get back into this book. The thought that even picking up this book makes me just kind of like, oh, man. So I'm like, okay, clearly it's a book that I would probably actually DNF. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I feel like it could be very 3 stars if I finished it, but like right now I just have no desire to pick it up, but I feel like I have to because it's an arc. And this is the same thing that happened to me last time that I started an arc. I felt like I had to read it. And then I was like, I'll never read another arc again. And I'm like, I'll read another arc again. Stupid me. Anyway, I'll show you what I'm doing this weekend. Maybe we can just try to finish this book. Yeah. Oh, see if you can do another one. You threw it halfway across the lake a minute ago. We won't, nobody will believe it. Well, that was good. See if you can do another. See if you can do a really big one. That was pretty good.
I mean, that's like a medium-sized rock.
Whoa! Ugh. This book, I didn't get to read any over the weekend. I read like 5 pages. It's the end of Labor Day weekend now. It's Monday, and we have to go back to work tomorrow. I have 10 days to finish this book because you only get the arc for so long. So my access goes away in 10 days, so I have to finish it. I'm on page 269 of 377. I have over 100 pages left. I'm pretty sure there's nothing even at the end. I think it goes up to like the last page. I have 100 pages left. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what could happen. Like this book's not good. This book is not good. It's like, it's trying to be good. It's trying so hard, but it's trying too hard. I'm at a loss here. I feel like everything is just sort of happening to the main character. I think that's one of my biggest problems. There's a lot of little issues, but I think the big issue, like the other issues are little. Like I just don't really care about certain things. Like the atmosphere is okay. The vibes are, it's all like that part's pretty good because it's like atmospheric, whatever. But the main character, everything just happens to her. Like she's not doing anything. She just reacts to every scenario. I feel like she's just being thrown into these different scenarios. Like, okay, well now this happens to her. Now that happens to her. It's literally, she's not doing anything. She has no agency, I suppose, and just nothing is happening. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why? I mean, things are happening, but it's very random. And I almost feel like it's very like episodic. Like for a while, it's trying to be like dark and like gory even, and then it's like, ooh, but now we're gonna do this like romance scene. Okay, now we're gonna do this like mystery. Now it's a murder mystery. Oh, now we're back to like a revenge thing. And like it's just like it's trying to be so many things and it's trying to be dark Harry Potter on top of all of that, and it's not working. And I think, in Harry Potter, the characters go to different classes, right? And like things happen and it builds, like little things happen, but everything is important that does happen though. And it all leads up to like bigger stuff at the end, right? But in this one, it's like she's trying to do that. Like she's trying to have little things happen to her while she's at school, but like I just don't care about the little things. I don't know. I don't get it. And also the title is called An Academy for Liars. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be lying. I don't know if there's going to be a big plot twist, but I don't care. I don't know what's going on with this book. It's like a bunch of random things just stuck together. I don't know. I mean, I guess I would still give it 3 stars because at least I don't utterly dislike it, but also I just really don't feel anything. I'm just kind of numb. Every time when I pick it up, I'm like, my thought is, so that's probably not good. I'm going to try to finish it. I mean, I have to because, you know, I only have 10 days left. I'm going to finish it, and I'm probably going to wind up giving it, I don't know, well, maybe even 2.5. We'll see how it ends, but like, it's just kind of ridiculous. I think I told you that the main character can call elevators, right? Like, she can open elevators that are like gateways to other places and go other places and stuff. And I'm like, why elevators? Like, what? Like, that, the vibes are not jiving here, right? Like, set in Savannah, Georgia, and it's all gothic and moody and atmospheric, but we've got elevators. Like, what? Can't you call something cooler? Like I don't know, or at least make it look like an old-timey elevator or something, or like a creepy old gate that could open. I don't know. It's just, everything in it is just bizarre. And I think I had the same problem with House of Hunger, the other book by the same author. I just don't feel like it did it for me either, but I don't remember it being this just pieced together. I don't know, it's like Frankenstein. It's like she took a bunch of ideas and put them all together. Okay, wish me luck. I'm gonna go read before Ash wakes up from his nap. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. The author has used the word ineffable so many times. I think she just watched Good Omens and just really wanted to use this word. It must have been like 5 times already in this book. She's got to stop. They say that in Good Omens literally all the time if you've never seen it, and I just feel like that is where she got it from. Holy cow. I've been reading the book and it's getting a little bit better. I mean, it's so cheesy. There's still some really cheesy moments, but I have to say something crazy just happened. But it was literally a ripoff of something that happened in Harry Potter. Like, it was Harry Potter. Like, I really want to tell you what it was, but I feel like it'd be a spoiler if I did. But let's just say an exact thing that happens in Harry Potter happens in this book. Also, there's a new concept that's been introduced already, like at the very end. I mean, literally, I have like 60 pages, not even 60, like 53 pages left or something. So I've been reading a lot. So I'll finish it very soon. But it's, oh my goodness. The new concept has been introduced and it's even more stupid. Not that it's not stupid. It's just like, why? Like, now we're going to throw that into the mix. Seriously, it's like she threw everything in there, and there's so many Harry Potter. This is like adult Harry Potter, especially now that this thing just happened that is directly from the Harry Potter plot. I mean, identical. And so as soon as it was happening, I knew what it was going to be. I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what's going to happen next because it's Harry Potter. I'll finish it very soon, and I'll let you know. I mean, oh, also, of course, there's like the little romance, right? And then there's already like the little third act conflict of like a romance kind of thing. I mean, obviously it's not a straight up romance, but there's already a conflict now. And I'm just like, it was so, they literally just kind of got together. And then it's like, oh, but you've betrayed me and you've had all these secrets. And it's like, well, he's told you all along he's had secrets. He's like, I'm not who you think I am, and I can't really tell you anything. And she's like, well, why don't you just tell me? And he won't tell her anything. It's like, well, clearly he's been keeping secrets. And now she finds out about the secrets and she's like, how dare you betray me? I was like, and then like all these big reveals are happening. Oh, by the way, this person has a kid, or this person's actually with this person. And it's like, I mean, the reveals are just ridiculous. I mean, and I don't even know. It's like the author is trying way too hard and none of it seems natural. It's like, she's like, haha, I got you. And I don't know. It's like, I'm not really sucked into the world. So it all just feels like I can just see the author like writing this book. It reminds me of, what was that book called? The Last Heir of Blackwood Library, which was terrible. That was a terrible book, but parts of it remind me of this for some reason. Anyway, let's finish it. Let's see if it gets even more ridiculous. That's the only fun part now, is it is so ridiculous that I can't wait to see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen next. I did it. I finished Academy of Liars. This may be the same position I talked to you last in the last clip. I can't remember. So it's a different day though. Sorry if you hear any noises. We have some family over and some company. There's a bunch of them in there watching the Bengals game, and, you know, obligatory Bengals fan because the family is. Don't really know much about football. But so if you hear noises, that's them yelling probably in there. But let's talk about this book because it's done. I'm giving it 3 stars. My first official arc that I've actually like finished and done a review for, and I've given it 3 stars. Oh gosh, okay, where to even start with this book? The reason why it's not below 3 stars is because of the fast pace, kind of, and how like when I would be reading it, I would be sort of sucked into it. However, when I thought about picking it up every time, I was like, I don't really want to. It got more ridiculous as it went on. I felt like the plot summary was also not very accurate, because in the plot summary, I went back and I like watched the first part of this video again where I read the plot summary, and it was like, oh, the dark, you know, past of Dante, and like you learn very little about that. It's like vaguely mentioned. I'm like, well, that would have been cool to learn more about his dark past. That could have been way more of the plot or something, or we actually find out more about it. And then the synopsis also mentioned like the school itself and how it was really mysterious and it had all these secrets. I felt like that was not much of the plot. Like, yeah, at the end, there's like a secret that the school's kind of been keeping, but honestly, it's like not really a surprise at all. And you're like, okay. And I just feel like the buildup wasn't quite there. This book was also much longer than I thought it was because, you know, on my copy, it was like only 377 pages. Goodreads, 464 pages. This thing is getting close to being 500 pages. There is no way this book needed to be this long. 100 pages could have easily been shaved off. The beginning, especially the middle, like it was not needed. Not for what she was trying to do. Now, if she tried to build it up more, like learning more about each professor or like actually learning what they're, you know, more about the magic system that each class, you know, it really, if it had been more like Harry Potter, right, where like you actually got to go to the classes, learn these lessons, learn about the professors, then I could understand it being that long. But just to get the plot points that she was kind of trying to get at, I just feel like it could have been 100 pages shorter. So needless to say, I don't think this author is for me. I didn't like House of Hunger. I think I even gave it right about 3 stars. It's not that I disliked it, but once again, it was just very mediocre. This is one of the weirdest books to try to review just because, like I said, sometimes I did feel like I just wanted to kind of keep reading. But it was kind of all over the place. Like I said, sometimes it was like a murder mystery, and then sometimes it was a little bit of a romance, and then sometimes it was trying to be really dark, and then sometimes it was trying to be Harry Potter, and it was like, it was trying to be so many things. And honestly, I felt like it was, I don't know if this makes any sense, but it just didn't feel natural. It felt like the author had planned everything to a T. You know, like, okay, then this will happen, then this will happen, and then I'll be like, haha, gotcha, here's the big twist. And then at the end, oh, here's another kind of cool twist, and this is how I ended it, really cool. And I don't know, it's like you could just feel the author's thought process, or it felt very like heavy-handed with her planning it. I don't know. But like if you read some other books, even if I was comparing it to Vicious kind of because I just started rereading Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and it feels the opposite. Like clearly it is very purposefully planned in that book, especially because there's time jumps to 10 years ago and then back to the present and all these different characters. So yes, it was very planned, but it feels natural. These things didn't feel natural. Maybe because things just kept happening. Like I said, the main character I feel like didn't really ever have to do very much. She just kept being thrown into different scenarios and stuff was happening to her more than she was going out. Like there were a couple times ever, I think, that she actually went out and took an action on her own without just like something happening to her. So those were my biggest issues with it. Like, I don't know that I'd really recommend this to anybody. If you're looking for dark academia, I mean, this is not probably what I'd go for. I also just read If We Were Villains. I'd probably read that over this, but honestly, I just read The Secret History over both of them. So if you want some good dark academia, just read The Secret History. I mean, it doesn't have the fall, like, dark vibes that this book was going for. But honestly, this book didn't really have the dark vibes either. So this is probably not the one that you should be looking at either if you're looking for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited because I'm about to read Darkly by Marisha Pessl, which of course she's one of my favorite authors. So I cannot wait. That'll be my next arc. I'm thinking about vlogging that process too, just because it would be really fun to find like a 5-star new favorite. I'm just predicting it will be. So maybe I'll vlog that too. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below if you wind up reading An Academy for Liars and what you think, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.